Good morning, everyone. Yesterday we already discussed about the syllabus, and today directly we'll move to the new unit called Diversity in the Living World. This unit consists of four chapters, that is the living world, biological classification, plant kingdom, and animal kingdom. In NEET examination, you will get around 7 to 17 questions from this unit. So it is very important unit for your NEET examination. Already in the previous class, you have learned that what is living and what are living organisms and non-living organisms. So here we are going to study uh, in detail about the living things or a living world. So in the chapter 1, that is the living world, we are going to study four subtopics. Those are what is living, diversity in the living world, taxonomical categories, and taxonomical aids. Firstly, we'll see what is life. What is life? Life is a unique, complex organization of molecules expressing through chemical reactions which leads to growth, development, responsiveness, adaptation, and reproduction. In the simple language, we can say the quality that people, animals, or plants have when they are not dead. When they are not dead. In the simple way, the life is nothing but the quality that people, animals, or plants have when they are not dead. So this is life. But in the examination, you need to write this definition. The next point is what is living organism? Living organism andre ಏನು? A living organism is self-replicating, evolving, and self-regulating interactive system capable of responding to stimuli, external stimuli. Here are few properties of living organisms or the characteristics of living organisms. First, growth, reproduction, metabolism, cellular organization, and the last, consciousness. We'll see. What is growth? I'll tell you, growth and reproduction, try to remember this word. Growth and reproduction, these two are not defining features or characters. Growth and reproduction, these two are not defining features or characters. And metabolism, cellular organization, and consciousness, these three are defining features or characters. I'll tell you later. So now we'll see what is growth. Growth, it is the increase in number and mass of cells by cell division. Or you can say growth can be defined as a permanent and irreversible change in the size of a cell or an organ or a whole organisms, and usually accompanied by an increase in dry weight. So growth is nothing but it's a permanent and irreversible change. ಪರ್ಮನೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ that cannot be changed or irreversible change ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Okay, the next is uh, yeah, in plants growth continues throughout their lifespan. In plants growth continues throughout their lifespan, whereas in animals growth is only up to certain age. However, cell division occurs to replace lost cell. Plants ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, whereas in animals growth only we can see up to a certain age. Fine. One more thing I want to tell you, increase in mass and increase in size. This is growth, right? Increase in mass and increase in size. These two are twin characteristics of growth. Increase in mass and increase in size. These two are twin characteristics of growth. Okay. The next comes basically growth is the increase in mass and size. Just now I have told you. Thus, non-living objects also grow. Here in the bracket, you can see surface accumulation of material. So, this is very important. Surface accumulation of material. So, growth is not a defining property of living organisms. Already, I have told you that growth and reproduction, these two are not defining properties or characters. Why? Because in the non-living things, the surface accumulation of material we can see in this. So growth and reproduction, these are not defining properties. For example, ಬೆಟ್ಟ ನೋಡಿ ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು 20-25 years ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ one centimeter 1 centimeter ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದೊಡ್ಡದು ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. Again, if you see after 15 to 20 years, again 1 centimeter ಆ ತರ that that mountain is non-living things, right? So ಆ non-living things ಬೆಳೆಯುತ್ತೆ, ಬೆಳೆದ್ರೆ we cannot say that is living things, because growth property ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, these growth and reproduction, these two are not defining properties. So in living organisms, growth is from inside. Living organisms alli matra the cells, the unit of life, that is cells, divides continuously and forms it forms growth, or we can see growth by dividing the cells. And next comes reproduction. So it is the production of progeny having features similar to those of parents. Organisms reproduce asexually and sexually. Even reproduction ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಇದು ಓದ್ತೀವಿ, types ಓದ್ತೀವಿ. One is asexual reproduction and another one is sexual reproduction. Before that, I want to tell you about the growth. That is, ಇವಾಗ I have told you growth ಅಲ್ಲಿ we are going to study two types of growth. One is intrinsic growth and another one is extrinsic growth. I already explained you, but intrinsic growth is nothing but a defining feature. Intrinsic, here in the living organism, growth is from inside. So this type of growth we call it as intrinsic growth. Whereas ಇದು ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, surface accumulation of material, that is extrinsic growth. In growth, you are going to study two types. One is intrinsic, another one is extrinsic. Intrinsic growth is defining feature and extrinsic growth is accumulation of material on any body surface. This is extrinsic growth. So next comes reproduction. It is the production of progeny having features similar to those of parents or organisms produces asexually well as sexually reproduction. So, so what is asexual reproduction? The name itself indicates re is again. Production is producing something. Right? The organisms again it produces something. What something? That is nothing but offspring. Reproduction. So in multicellular organisms, we can see sexual reproduction, whereas in unicellular organisms, we see asexual reproduction. What is asexual reproduction? Asexual reproduction is a type of reproduction in which offsprings are produced by a single parent. Idರಲ್ಲಿ only involves single parent. Whereas in sexual reproduction, it is also a type of reproduction in which sexual fusion of cells takes place. That is, male and female takes place in sexual reproduction. Clear? And one more thing. In asexual reproduction, we can see mitosis. Whereas in sexual reproduction, we see meiosis. The next comes in unicellular organism, growth and reproduction are same because they reproduce by cell division. A single cell divides into two daughter cells. Hence, growth and reproduction are same because they reproduce by cell division. Again, in unicellular, in asexual reproduction, we have so many types. Those are spores forming, budding, fragmentation, regeneration, etc., etc. That we'll see in the later classes. So many organisms do not reproduce. Example: mules, worker bees, infertile human couples, etc. Hence, reproduction is not a perfect defining property of living organisms. I've told you that growth and reproduction, these two are not defining properties. Why? Because many organisms do not reproduce. Example: mules, worker bees, infertile human beings. Hence, reproduction is not a perfect defining property of living organisms. And the next comes metabolism. It is a total sum of all biochemical reactions taking place inside a living system. It is a defining features of living organisms: metabolism, cellular organization, consciousness. These three are defining features or defining characters. Or else we can say chemical reactions taking place inside the body of a living organisms. That is nothing but a metabolism. Okay. And the next comes metabolic reactions can be demonstrated outside the body in cell free system. Isolated metabolic reactions in vitro are not living things but are living reactions. So here the digestion, respiration, excretion, these all comes under metabolic reaction. Yes, in digestion the complex molecules uh, becomes simpler one. Yes, here in the respiration glucose is oxidized, and in digestion stomach, that is gastric glands, HCl, etc., and small intestine, pancreatic amylase, pancreatic lipase, liver, bile juices, etc., that becomes, I mean, the complex molecules becomes simpler one. And the next is cellular organization. here comes two you can see two different types of cells. One is plant cell, another one is animal cell. Organisms are made up of one or more cells. Yes, hence multicellular organisms anta ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. It is the defining feature of living organism. Again the same thing. It is the ability of organisms to sense. So before that I want to tell you one thing, that is inside the cell there will be a cell organelles, and in our body there are so many different types of cells, that is nerve cell, fat cells, ovum, sperm, blood cells, etc., etc. And the fat cell is bigger cell. So this will be like additional information for your NEET examination. And the last comes consciousness. So ability to sense the surrounding and respond to them. Andre heat agli ivaga tiger bantu andre what will do? Will run away. Yes, same way non-living things ittu ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ for example chair ittu, table ittu, tiger ಬಂದ್ರೇನು ಯಾರು ಬಂದ್ರೇನು, that will not respond. Clear? We living things, we respond to that. Hence ability to sense the surroundings and respond to them. Okay, all organisms are aware of their surroundings, so it is the defining property of living organisms. Yeah, here ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಈವನ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ನು ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಎಸ್, ಹಿಯರ್ ಟಚ್ ಮೀ ನಾಟ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್, ಟಚ್ ಮೀ ನಾಟ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಟಚ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಒಂದ್ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಟಚ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಲೀಫ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಎಸ್, ಈವನ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. Yeah, human is the only organisms have self consciousness. Yes, ನಾವು ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಕಾನ್ಶಿಯಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, ಏನು ನಾವು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ಬೇಕು, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಇದು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಓದಬೇಕು, ಬರಿಬೇಕು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾನ್ಶಿಯಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಕಾನ್ಶಿಯಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ.